All right, send me your thoughts on this one through our website, davidpakman.com. A Florida cop turned off his dash cam before beating an elderly man with dementia. We have the video of it. It's pretty shocking, particularly if you're into filming cops and then you realize, wait a second, I can't film the cops, but then they can film me for my protection, except when they want to beat me, so then they turn off their own dash cams. Take a look at this local news report. I think we want to be able to hear it, Lewis.
In this video, you can see an officer hitting and kicking a 66-year-old man with dementia for no apparent reason. We want to warn you, the video is graphic.
This is dash cam video of Melbourne police officer Derek Middendorf giving 66-year-old Albert Flowers a front kick to his stomach. Then he punched the man repeatedly while he was on the ground. In a report, the officer said Flowers walked towards him in an aggressive manner at a fast pace, and he couldn't tell if the 66-year-old had a knife in his hands. Flowers' nephew Garrick yelled at the officer to stop and told him his uncle had dementia.
He's 66-year-old. He had a triple bypass. I'm just concerned about my uncle. I'm thinking he's killing him.
Flowers owns a lawn care business, and an employee called the cops because he said Flowers pulled a knife on him during a fight about money.
Okay, so this is one of those situations that leads me down a path, which is, first of all, if the dash cam, I know the question, the obvious question is, if the dash cam was turned off, how did we get the video? The police were able to retrieve the video from the hard drive, even though it had been turned off. I guess that what happens is if you turn off the dash cam, the hard drive still records the video, but there's no audio. I honestly don't understand the logic behind that, but that's the research I've done and what the explanation I got is. This officer was issued a written reprimand for turning off the camera, okay? He said he was in fear of his life. From the video there, we can't say whether he was really in fear of his life or not, but why did he turn off the dash cam? It's my obvious question.
That's the catch, yeah.
And then the fact that all of this warranted was a written warning for turning off the dash cam, they're really taking abuse seriously, huh? They gave him a written warning just for not filming the beating of the man. So this is one of those things where we talk about cameras and their role in society, right? They're there to protect, except not, because if you try to film the cops, in many cases, they don't even understand the law and they will push you to the ground because you're filming them, or if they're going to do something that they don't want filmed, they just turn the camera off.
Basically, they just want as little filming as possible in any scenario, I think.
In many, unless it's to build their case, for sure. And this is the one gun argument where we go over to guns from this, and I'll tell you exactly how, that actually strikes a chord with me. And you know, Lewis, that I am for gun control. I have said even more legal guns makes it easier to get guns illegally, to steal them from people who own them legally. You know I go all the way down with this one. But this is the one with the cameras that gets me to say, is it really good if only the police and military have guns? In the same way that we could say, well, if only the police have the cameras, that's not good. And it's kind of like the far left gun argument. And I don't feel very strongly about it to the point where I'm going to get a gun. But a couple of people have mentioned it to me before, and they say, it just seems bad to me if only the police have the guns, in the same way that it would be bad if only the police control the cameras. What do you think?
Well, only your government and military have the tanks and nukes and jets. I mean, I don't know. What can I say about it?
What do you think about that argument, Natan? When you hear that, it's kind of like a left-wing, or more anarchist type gun argument.
Yeah, I mean, if the police force is totally corrupt, then I guess it's like a militia. You can have an alternative, group that's fighting against that. But assuming the police is a good force that people generally, apart from this specific Florida cop, think that is working properly, then I don't see why that's a good argument.
It's also a force that could, in theory, be legislated to have only non-lethal weapons that are equally effective at stopping people.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going kind of down another path here. But tell me, I mean, I'm interested in hearing from people who consider themselves anti-gun, and they think that more guns in the system are bad and they want stricter gun controls. What is your thought on the idea that if you do believe, actually, yeah, only the police and military should have the guns, then how do you reconcile that? Do you just really have a very positive view of the police and the military, or what's your thought on that? Email me through our website, david@davidpakman.com. Let's take a break. Facebook.com/David Pakman Show. and davidpakman.com/gear for hoodies and t-shirts. Back after this.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.